girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. I like the girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done now.
You too, family. What's good with you? It's your boy 2A in LA, and as always, fam, anything I say in this episode, prior episodes, and future episodes is just my personal opinion. Don't take it as fact. Don't take it as law. Always do your own homework and come up with your own conclusions. Right about now, fam, ash, go ahead and tap that like button for your boy. If you're new to the channel, I want to say welcome. Come on in. You can join the congregation by smashing that subscribe button and requesting all post notifications. And if you are an existing supporter of this channel, I appreciate you more than you can possibly imagine. You are the reason this channel is anything. So look, fam, if you haven't checked out the 2A in LA merch store, fam, what are you waiting on, fam? It's some of the hottest gear, 2A gear out there. So make sure you check out the merch store. 100% of the proceeds go back into the channel to help you get better content. And also, if you are not a member of the channel, fam, look, it's only $3.99 a month. We do lives every other Monday. I do giveaways, great giveaways every other Monday. We are giving a custom Walther PDP away. So look, fam, don't miss out. Don't sleep on the membership. All right, look, let's get this video rolling. All right, fam, so look, let's get into this video. Fam, I did it. Guys, you guys see, I took this bad boy out on the range and I put it through its paces. Like I said, this is the Kovert Apache, which is a collaboration between Watchtower and Kovert. And they've rolled out a few different variants of the Apache. There was the original Pew View edition Apache, and then that was a limited run. Once that kind of sold out, they came out with the Unlimited, which is very similar to the Pew View. And then they rolled out this bad boy right here. And they've also got another version of the Apache with Demolition Ranch. So we're going to be doing a video where we compare kind of the Pew View and the Unlimited with the Kovert version as well as the Demolition. But here we are going to review this bad boy right here, fam. If you didn't watch my initial thoughts video, one of the things that I said in that video was I felt like when the Pew View dropped, design was great. The slide was buttery smooth. The trigger was good, but there were some shortcomings in the gun. Like, it was their first real run, so there were some QC things that needed to get addressed. There was the grip module was god awful at first. They subsequently upgraded it and gave people a chance who got the real crappy grip module, a better grip module. But if it were me, I would have done an aluminum grip module or a steel grip module, a metal frame grip module. So I felt like that need to be addressed. I felt like there needed to be a toolless guide rod. So there were some things that were really where the gun kind of fell short. And Kovert saw that and they were like, look, we're going to come with it. We're not going to mess around with it. We're going to come with it and we're going to give you what the gun really should be. And you guys can see that they've murdered this gun out in all black. You've got the Apache badge there. You've got the Kovert badge on the barrel exposed right there. Of course, this gun is intricately comped. There's not a lot of intricately comped guns out there. I mean, guns that are really, really comped. Not of guns out there that are intricately comped like that. So look, fam, I thought that this gun really should be the cat's meow, because I thought the Pew View version was great. And the fact that Kovert addressed all of the shortcomings and then dressed the gun up in real pretty, put it in a nice tuxedo, I felt like, oh, this gun could be the one. They certainly knocked it out of the park based on the way the gun looks and feels. But let's get into the review where we really start getting into the nuts and bolts of how the gun performs. All right, fam. First up, fit and finish. Look, fam, like I said, upgraded aluminum grip, upgraded coating, upgraded trigger, higher quality QC. This gun feels very, very well made. Such a buttery smooth slide. I like the upgraded serration pattern that they did right here. Yeah, fam. I was trying to find some faults. I really was. I was trying to find some fault, but I gotta say, fam, fit and finish on this gun is excellent, particularly at its price point. We're gonna go ahead and give it a 14 out of a possible 15 for fit and finish. Next up, reliability. So look, fam, I put about 750 to 800 rounds through the gun in my test period. I had 0 failures. It was very, very reliable. I gotta say the Pew View edition, particularly after I did the upgrades to it, was also very reliable. So I didn't expect anything different. With Kovert kind of overseeing all the details too relative to the construction, and Watchtower having much more time, the time and experience of having gone through the Pew View to really kind of refine their manufacturing process. I thought that it was going to be reliable, and that certainly was the case. Reliability, we're going to give it a 14 out of a possible 15. All right, next up, fam, durability. Again, all metal gun, really well coated. I think they really knocked it out of the park, fam. I really, really did. I felt like this gun, if you take care of it, is built to last. It feels different than the Pew View did. Like the Pew View stylistically looked phenomenal, no doubt about it. But certain parts of it, like I said, the grip module, certain parts of it felt cheap. And then I went, when I did mine, and I upgraded it so you can get over that hump. This gun comes feeling like just a really, really well constructed 2011. So many 2011s that are kind of in this price point, I find, fam, are missing a couple of things. I feel like the coatings aren't as good. Maybe they're Cerakote instead of a PVD or DLC. I feel like the manufacturing process wasn't well worked out, where the tolerances are super, super tight. The slide feels gritty until you really break it in. And look, you paying that much money for a gun, $4,000 plus for a gun. I want the thing to be smooth as butter from day one. You figure that out. Don't put it on me. You figure it out, right? So they really, really got that down. Durability, 14 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, trigger. So y'all know, your boy is a trigger snob. Look, and for some people be like, it's a trigger, pull it. And there's some truth to that, fam. But I gotta say, triggers make all the difference in the world. Triggers are like the quarterback of the firearm. They are similarly like the quarterback touches the ball every play on offense, right? Every time you fire a gun, you're intimately interacting with the trigger. And so how smooth the trigger is, how clean it is, how kind of or gritty if it's the other direction, all of that comes into play, and it does affect your accuracy. It does affect your shooting. A long, gritty trigger will expose your flaws, where a trigger with a easy, short take up, clear defined wall, crisp clean break, short reset that allows you to get right back on that target, it can enhance your skill set. And so I think they did a great job with this trigger. I'll go ahead and I'll put the trigger weight up there, but you can see, fam, there's little to no take up, clear defined wall. Oh, so smooth. Yeah. Fam, trigger 14 out of a possible 15. All right, fam. Next up, accuracy. Look, fam. Would I call this a competition pistol? It certainly can be used for competition because you got the comp right up front that allows the gun to stay flat. It's got a great trigger, so there's no doubt it can be a competition pistol. I look at it as more of a more of kind of all-purpose kind of pistol. I'll put up some footage of me shooting from about, I think, 10 yards or so you can get a sense of the grouping. As you can see, fam, those shots are right on top of each other. I found the gun to be very, very accurate. Is it as accurate as, say, my Erebus or my Venom or my Haze? No, but it's close. It's close at a much more affordable price point. So accuracy, we're going to give it a 9 out of a possible 10. Next up, ergonomics, fam. Kovert and Watchtower knocked it out of the park with this grip. I happen to know that Kovert had a lot of input on this grip, and I think they killed it. Obviously, it's a 2011. It's ergonomically set up like a lot of other 2011s are, but the metal grip, the feel of the grip, it's aggressive enough that you can really get a hold to it. You're not going to be affected if your palms get a little sweaty or oily, but not so much where it's gonna be a cheese grater, right? I think it's really, really perfect. So ergonomics, we're gonna give it a 9 out of a possible 10. All right, fam, these next two we're gonna loop together: aftermarket support and maintenance and upkeep. 4 out of 5 for both of those. Look, fam, there's a lot of companies out here, more and more every day, producing 2011s. Consequently, more and more aftermarket support comes on board constantly, or whether it's aftermarket suppliers or vendors who are upgrading and retuning and doing these guns. Now, I will say this, not much you need to do to this gun. I wouldn't change a thing. I wouldn't change out the grip. I wouldn't change out the internals. I wouldn't change the trigger. You get this gun out of the box, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. So 4 out of 5 for aftermarket support, 4 out of 5 for maintenance and upkeep. Maintenance and upkeep is super easy. Typical 2011 breakdown and reassembly. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. All right, fam, next up, affordability. Look, fam, this firearm is not cheap, but if I had to kind of lay out kind of the levels of pricing for 2011, I would call this like a mid-tier gun. There are guns that I say are kind of 2011 in name only that hover around $1,000. I'm not saying that those are bad firearms necessarily, but they are not. They're production pistols. There's nothing custom about them. They're kind of very much, you know, good for the money, good value buys, but not what I would consider really what I would be looking for entry level 2011. For me, the entry level really is kind of at that $2,000 to $2,500 mark. That's where you see the Staccatos, the Bull Armories, the Jacob Grays, and others kind of right in that space, right? And then there's kind of the mid tier, which I'll call like 4,000 to 5,500, somewhere in there. There's a lot of players who are coming in to that space. That's where you'll find the Kovert Apache. I will put the MSRP for this gun up there. That's where you see the Staccato XCs of the world, the Phoenix Trinity H-Tacs of the world, the Legion Precision Chiracs of the world, and others kind of in that mid-tier 2011 space. That's where this falls. So affordability, expensive gun, absolutely, but kind of mid-tier. So we're going to give this gun a 2 out of 5 for affordability. All right, fam, last but not least, flex. Is Instagram going to go crazy, or your boy's going to be like, damn? Absolutely. Absolutely. This gun is drop dead sexy. I thought the Pew View was sexy as all get out. This gun is just as much different feel. The Pew View has a lot of color in it. If you want something with a little bit more color to it, you might want to either consider the Demolition or the Unlimited. This gun, though, is murdered out. It looks sick. I think Kovert just knocked it out of the park. Like I said, you got the Kovert logo on the grips, the Kovert name, badging on the barrel. Still has the Apache. Look, fam, I think it's a super, super attractive gun. I have one on order. Did I mention that? I have one on order. So yeah, fam, can't go wrong with this. Flex points, 4 out of a possible 5. All right, fam, look, if you add all that up, you get a whopping 89 out of a possible 100 points, fam. That's high cotton. That's high cotton for a gun that's priced in kind of the mid-tier to be anywhere between like 86 and 89. You're representing kind of best in class, in my opinion. Now, if you get 90 or above, now you're in grail gun status. That's the elite of the elite of the elite. I would not say this gun is that, but it is a phenomenal gun. It's a great value buy. It's a gun. A lot of times people will ask me, well, 2A in LA, if I get this gun, am I going to be happy? And I'm like, yeah, you'll probably be happy for sure. But if it were me, I would probably upgrade the grip. I might change out the internals. I might right? This is one of those guns. If you want to know what I feel about a gun, look at the changes that I make to it after I get it. I.e. my Pew View Apache, right? My Pew View Apache, I upgraded the grip model. I did a trigger job on it. I did some additional QC, changed out the guide rod. Yeah, I did some work to get it to look and perform the way you see it here. This gun, nothing. Just load it, Jack. Put your red dot on, put your flashlight on if that's your thing. Put some bullets in it and you're ready to go. No additional work needed. I love that. I love that. When I have a gun that's that way, where I don't have to do jack to it, it's out of the box ready. That tells me that the manufacturer put a lot of thought into it and kind of having some access to Kovert and their processes. I know kind of what they went through and what was in their mindset when they created this gun. I know that that was part of it. They wanted to bring real value to the consumers at a price that made sense. How can you get, a gun that in many ways feels Atlas-like for less money? For less money than the Atlas. And look, fam, I think they knocked it out of the park. 89 out of a possible 100 points. All right, fam, that's it for this episode. Until next time, as always, take care of one another and peace.